The Stoic warning: comfort will destroy your soul. Let me ask you something uncomfortable. When you look at your life, do you truly live with purpose? Or do you simply drift from one distraction to another, calling it living? Be honest with yourself. How many hours have you given away to things that added nothing to your character, nothing to your strength, nothing to your soul? You tell yourself tomorrow you'll change, tomorrow you'll begin, but tomorrow is the most dangerous lie you'll ever believe. The Stoics had a word for this kind of existence: slavery, not to a master, but to your own desires, your own fears, your own craving for comfort. And unless you learn to master yourself, you will spend your life serving impulses that leave you empty. The tyranny of comfort. Seneca wrote, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it. And what greater waste is there than the endless pursuit of ease? We celebrate convenience as if it were progress, but convenience often makes us weak. Comfort is seductive. It dulls the edge of your spirit. It whispers, 'You've done enough. Rest a little longer. Indulge a little more.' But each time you obey, you surrender a piece of your freedom." Marcus Aurelius warned against this when he wrote, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." Imagine if death stood at your door. Would you still waste hours in distraction, or would you live with urgency? The enemy within our greatest struggles are not with the outside world, but within. The Stoics believed that the mind, undisciplined, is a tyrant. It lures you into chasing pleasure, avoiding pain, hiding from truth. Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Self-mastery is the Stoics' true battlefield. Every temptation to scroll, every urge to procrastinate, every craving to avoid difficulty, this is the enemy. And the cost of surrender is not immediate, but it is devastating. Wasted years, unlived potential, and regret that cannot be undone. The cage of the masses. Plato, long before the Stoics, spoke of the cave, men shackled, staring at shadows, believing them to be reality. The Stoic life is the rejection of that cave. To the crowd, shadows are enough: comfort, distraction, false pleasures. To the philosopher, they are chains. Look around you. Most people live as if they are immortal. They chase trivial desires, complain about small inconveniences, and numb themselves with endless distractions. They don't notice the sand slipping through the hourglass. Will you remain among them staring at shadows, or will you rise and walk toward the light of discipline and truth, the discipline of discomfort? The Stoics embraced hardship deliberately. They practiced poverty, slept on the ground, fasted, and prepared themselves for loss, not because they loved suffering, but because they knew comfort breeds weakness. Seneca reminded himself, "Set aside a certain number of days during which you shall be content with the scantiest and cheapest fare, with coarse and rough dress, saying to yourself, 'Is this the condition that I feared?'" By practicing discomfort, the Stoics freed themselves from the fear of it. You too must learn this, for if you always run from discomfort, you will always be its slave. A Stoic challenge. So I challenge you, for the next 7 days live as a Stoic. Rise before the sun. Abstain from needless luxuries. Write down your thoughts each night and ask yourself, did I master myself today, or did I submit? Face hunger without panic. Face tiredness without complaint. Face temptation without surrender. Train your mind to be stronger than your body's demands. You will discover that strength was never out of reach. It was simply buried under layers of comfort. The final meditation. One day soon, you will be gone. Death is not far. It could be tomorrow, it could be tonight. And when it comes, all your comforts will dissolve into nothing. What will remain is the kind of soul you cultivated, disciplined or weak, free or enslaved. So ask yourself, when the end arrives, will you be able to say, "I lived as a Stoic, I lived as a free man"? Or will you realize too late that you traded your freedom for comfort and your soul for shadows? The choice is yours. The time is now.